What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we need to have a good old look at some of these new One Piece cards that are being revealed from OP-14. What's happening at the moment is Bandai are dropping some key cards, what appear to be key cards at least, that match the leaders we've been shown. We know all the leaders now, we've talked about all of them. But I think we need to start off with a couple of black cards. Because when we saw the leaders from OP-14, I told you, and I meant this incidentally, that Crocodile makes no sense. And I stand by that Crocodile makes no sense because Crocodile has a skill that lets you KO one of your Baroque work characters and then lower your opponent's, one of their characters by 10 cost. Basically putting anything down to a 0 cost. And then trash top 2 cards of your deck. Great skill, except for the fact that it literally says on Crocodile's card, your opponent's characters cannot be removed from the field by your own effects. I.e., you can't bump them to hand, discard them. All the things you would want to lower cost to try and do, you can't do. I told you it made no sense. And it did make no sense. But in comes Miss Valentine, card that was revealed this morning. And what Miss Valentine is, we've got a 1-cost 1k counter plus 2k. Love the counter plus 2k, always important to have some of those. And we've got activate main, trash this character. One of your opponent's 0-cost characters gets minus 3,000 power this turn. Oh, now it makes a lot more sense. Because what we've got here is a card that is incredibly good. It's a 1-cost that can minus 3k on one of your opponent's characters. Yes. But with the massive downside that it only works on a 0-cost character. But of course, Crocodile really helps you to get your opponent's characters down to 0 cost. And now you look at it and you go, all right, you know what, that actually makes perfect sense. This sounds good. Expect more of this coming for Crocodile as we go. Now, there was another Crocodile card that was revealed, which is a little bit less in your face look at it. But what we've got here is Mr. 5 Gem, 5 cost 6k, counter plus 1,000, obviously Baroque works. And we got a blocker. And on play, if there is either a 0-cost character or an 8-cost or higher character in play, draw 2 cards, then trash a card from your hand. Yeah, this is good. It's not one of those where you're like, oh, that makes Crocodile make sense, like Miss Valentine does. But it is one of those where you look at it and you're like, well, yeah. It's a blocker. It's got counter. Okay, it's only counter plus 1k, but it's got counter. And you end up seeing 2 more cards. And you end up drawing 2, trashing 1, so you get plus 1 card. And we've got ourselves a blocker in Baroque Works, which is adding consistency to your deck. Basically, it's one of these, okay, yeah, that looks awesome. Like the kind of card that would be good for any faction or trait or type or whatever you want to call it. It seems to work quite nicely. Miss Valentine gives us more information about exactly how Crocodile's going to be playing. And then Mr. 5 Gems just like, yeah, this is a good Baroque Works card. I can absolutely see this seeing play. We are going to have to wait until we've seen more cards from OP-14 before we can say exactly what is and isn't going to see play. That is very important. While we're here talking about leaders, we've got ourselves a couple which are very much going to help out that blue Jinbe I showed ya. Like Watatsumi, Blue Fishman, and remember, I told you that one of the issues with Jinbe is we got mono blue, and pretty much all the good fishmen are green. There are a few blue around, but mostly it's green. So by having a mono blue Jinbe, we're cutting ourselves off from all of the really good green Fishman cards. That's a bit of an issue. The skill, if you need a refresher, is activate main, trash a card from your hand, and then give up to 2 rested Don to one of your Fishman or Merfolk characters or leader. Oh, well, your leader is going to be obviously Jinbe. Be a leader or one of your Fishman or Merfolk characters. Wonderful. Trash a card from your hand to attach 2 rested Don. That actually sounds pretty good. We're going to need some help Well, Wanatsumi comes in here helping out nicely. Firstly, counter plus 2k, wonderful. Secondly, so free cost 5k, counter plus 2k, which of course is interesting because your average vanilla would be free cost 5k with a 1k counter. It's got a 2k counter, or we sometimes get free cost 4k with a 2k counter. But either way, the stats are too good. This character cannot attack. Oh. That's an upsetting turn of events. Great stats, can't attack. Well, it can, but only if you've discarded a card from your hand during this turn by an effect. It says if you've discarded a card from your hand due to an effect this turn, this character has no effects. Oh, cool. So basically, the it can't attack is negated, and then it can attack. So, to put it simply, it's a free cost 5k counter plus 2000 that can attack, but only if you've discarded a card from your hand this turn. But remember, I just reminded you what Jinbe does. Jinbe's whole thing is it discards a card from your hand. Oh! Yeah. This is what I mean about them revealing key cards. They're basically revealing cards that make us look at them and go, that's how that leader works. And then we've got Fisher Tiger, 6 cost 7k, counter plus 1000. And on play, if your leader is Fishman, draw 3. Free! Free cards! That's absurd. Genuinely absurd. Drawing 3 on play on a 6 cost is nuts. At the end of your turn, discard cards from your hand until you have 5 cards in your hand. Okay, so there is a bit of a downside. But what this kind of allows you to do is be a little bit more aggressive in terms of playing cards, in terms of countering on your opponent's turn, in terms of using Jinbe's skill. Because remember, one of the things I told you about Jinbe was the fact that you have to discard a card from your hand to activate his skill means that you do need to worry about your hand size. Well, Fisher Tiger here helps immensely. And the thing is, like the whole, you got to get down to 5 cards in hand by discarding, that should never be an issue. That should genuinely never be an issue, because what should happen is, you know you're going to play Fisher Tiger, so you plan out your turn. You counter a bit more aggressively when you didn't need to on your opponent's turn, so you can keep your hand size a bit lower. You play a few more cards, use that Don. You make sure you use Jinbe's skill. I am not worried about the discarding until I've got 5 cards in my hand, because I'm pretty sure it's going to be okay. But I'm drawing 3, and I'm now much more confident about being able to use Jinbe's skill every turn. And again, we look at these 2 cards, and Jinbe looks better because of these 2 cards. Wanatsumi here being able to just have great stats, but only really working in a Jinbe deck. At least working best in a Jinbe deck. But you don't care because you're playing a Jinbe deck. That's good. Fisher Tiger giving you the draw that you need to get away from the fact that your leader skill is discarding cards makes it look a lot better. And this is what I meant at the start of the video when I said we were being shown key cards to help us understand these leaders. We absolutely are. I am more excited about Jinbe now, having seen these 2 cards, than I was before I'd seen these 2 cards. Big fan. And then the newest cards that have gone and been revealed are new yellow cards, and they're Kuja Pirates, and they of course belong to the new Boa Hancock leader. And when we looked at the leader, we saw that there was a little bit of a gap. You see, what we got with Boa Hancock is we've got one skill that says on your opponent's turn, when you play a character, draw a card. And then we've got, so basically trigger. And then we've got Don X1 once per turn. When your original power 5,000 or more Amazon Lily or Kuja Pirates character is KO'd, you can make your opponent put the top card of their life into their hand. But we needed some Amazon Lily or Kuja Pirates with trigger, so that we could take advantage of both those skills together. Having Trigger to play the characters, and then having them be the right type, so when they got KO'd, we got the advantage from it. And that's what we've got. We've got ourselves the free Gorgon sisters. Oh, well, that makes perfect sense now, doesn't it? And it shouldn't surprise you to know that what we've got here in terms of a trigger is if your leader is Kuja Pirates, play this card. 6 cost, 5k, counter plus 2,000, and a trigger that lets you play it. Just off the bat here, we got a trigger that lets you play it, and we've got a 2k counter, so, yeah. This is a lot, ladies and gentlemen. This is a lot. But it gets better. Because we've got activate main once per turn. You may reveal 3 Amazon Lily or Kuja Pirates cards from your hand. And then you give your leader and all of your characters up to 1 rested Don. Oh, yeah. And it's an activate main. And the thing is, it's an activate main, but all you need to do is reveal the 3 cards from your hand. You don't have to rest the character, so that means that you are then able to attack with the character as well as activating this skill. So we've got a skill that gives a rested Don to everyone. And also, worth remembering here, you have to reveal 3 Amazon Lily or Kuja Pirates, but then it gives a rested Don to your leader and all of your characters, any of your characters, regardless of what traits or types they have. So you're giving a Don to all of your characters every turn, and you've got counter plus 2k, and you've got your trigger. This is awesome. This is a great card. Worth noting, it's also an uncommon, so might I suggest, we're a little way away yet, but when we get to OP-14 and we get to the pre-release, maybe look to get the stamped version of this. But we got a common coming in here as well. We've got Rindo. 5 cost, 5,000 power, counter plus 1,000. And what we've got here is a trigger. If your leader is Kuja Pirates, play this card. Again, we need trigger that plays characters for Boa Hancock's skill, so this works nicely. And then on your opponent's turn, on KO, add the top card of your deck to your life, and then take a damage. And initially, this seems really weird, because you're like, well, what's the point? Well, okay, fine, you're drawing a card. You know what, drawing a card's okay. You put the top card of your deck on top of your life, you take a damage, that card goes into your hand, okay, you've drawn a card. No, mate, it's better than that. Remember how the whole point of the last bit of this video is we're talking about Kuja Pirate characters with trigger? That's what we're going for here. This is KO'd, you put the top card of your deck on top of your life, then you immediately take a damage, and if that's a character with trigger, you get to then go and play it. Assuming the trigger lets you play it, of course. That is the goal here. And now we've got another character with trigger that potentially lets you play more trigger. Yeah. We needed some of this kind of support for Boa Hancock, and now we've got it. When we get these new leaders revealed, I always tell you, lovely ladies and gentlemen, that we need to be a little bit patient, because generally speaking, the new leader's going to get a bunch of new support in the set, and we can never really judge the leader without that support. Well, that's what we're seeing here. The new blue cards make Jinbe way better. At least one of those new black cards actually makes Crocodile make sense now. We can kind of see what the card designers are going for. And did anyone look at those new Boa Hancock cards and not go, oh yeah, no, that leader's a lot better than I thought it was? Because I did. And I'm willing to bet a bunch of you did too. But I've told you all about it now. So now it's over to you guys. Tell me what you think about all of this in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk about One Piece and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join the Discord, and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wasi Plays.